So here we are, folks, going a different way completely. Look at this building here. Look at this amazing flipping architecture. Flipping heck. This is Vauxhall essentially, where I am, more or less. Look at that. God blimey, Charlie. That's got to be Victorian. Only the Victorians do something like that. Flipping heck. Look at that. Wow. What is that? Look at that. Wow. Yeah. Cool. It's like it was some sort of potter or something. You've got all these ceramic tiles up. All these different ceramic tiles. Wow. This is a really cool building actually. Look at this. So I think it's an example of whatever this building may have used to be when it was first built. I think they've kind of used, because maybe it was a ceramics factory or something, or when, you know, potter's thing, and they built the front of the building, because the rest of the building, if you look, it's pretty plain essentially compared to this corner front bit. Let me just cross this road a minute, get a better perspective over here. Let's have a look. Look, you see the front of this, and at the side, all the front of this is all so ornate and all like amazingly flipping, you know, what's the name, detailed and stuff. And then, although it's slightly detailed on the side here, but not as ornate. And so it's like, is that like a way of advertising what they, you know, it's an early form of advertising in a sense, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Come to our building, we'll show you the sort of kind of work that we could do. Do you know what I mean? And the examples of it on the front of our building, essentially. That's really cool. Well, that's just my summation. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's what the intention was, or that's exactly what it is, but that's my summation. Because look, you've got these like circular brick patterns there, and yeah, I wonder if it's some sort of ceramic works, or was. I don't know if it still is. Oh, hang on. What's that? It says China Works. Yeah, maybe it still is. Wow. Oh, that's super fascinating. I love it when old buildings that are really old like that, and, you know, they were built for a particular purpose, i.e. ceramics or whatever, and then 200 years later, they're still doing the same thing. Do you know what I mean? And there's still that function. Oh, Dalton. Oh, it's Dalton. Oh, flipping heck. So Dalton, no wonder that building looks like that. It's Royal Dalton, isn't it? Wow. You see what I tell you about when you walk down the street in London and you've never walked down before, you find something you never knew existed there. Do you know what I mean? It's fascinating. Yeah, this is China Works, it says in there. So, but this is all part of Royal Dalton then, I presume. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that does make sense then. That like the front of the building is like an early form of advertising, isn't it? It's like you build your building out of the very thing that you make, essentially, and examples of the things that you make as a way of sort of advertising your wares, as it were. What better way to do it than make your building out of the same thing that you make? That's so cool, actually. It's really cool. Yeah, you see? So just walking down a flipping random side street, we find something I think is rather interesting, rather fascinating. And you think about it, that's flipping history there for you. Do you know what I mean? I mean, flipping heck. Royal Dalton. I had no idea that was there. I'd seen that building, I passed it when I passed down the, you know, what's name? I didn't go down this street, but I passed, you know, on the corner there. But I always wondered what it was. Do you know what I mean? I always thought, wow, that's quite an ornate looking building. But of course, you know, just thinking, well, some sort of Victorian thing, isn't it? You know. Yeah. Okay, so now, essentially, I'm on uncharted territory now. I presume I'm still in Vauxhall somewhere. I guess this is classed as Vauxhall. I'm not 100% on that one necessarily, but I must admit I kind of enjoy doing this. I kind of enjoy going off the beaten track and going in slightly past, not getting too lost, of course. You know what I mean? Because obviously I don't want to get too lost and then end up spending flipping. And at the moment, particularly because I ain't got any flipping money, so even if I was there, it's not like I can jump on a bus or a tube or something and just get my way back that way. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, obviously for that, particularly that particular reason, obviously I don't want to get too lost, essentially. But I do kind of like doing this, just traipsing off the beaten track and exploring, essentially. Because, you know, it's like I've said before about, like, I've lived in London for 15 years now, essentially. In fact, maybe slightly over 15 years. And obviously there's still parts of it I don't know, or never been to, or whatever. Because it is massive, you know what I mean? It really is, seriously. And, you know, the thing is that it'll probably take me my lifetime to you know, discover the whole part of it. But like I've said in videos before, it's like I'm, you know, like I've said about the map of Manchester in my head. You know, I've got a map of Manchester. Even today, I've got a map of Manchester in my head, obviously because I was born there, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily get lost in Manchester. There's not many parts of Manchester I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So it's less likely that I'd ever get lost in Manchester. Do you know what I mean? And that's mainly because I've got this internal map in my head that obviously was built up over years or whatever. But, oh, flipping heck. See, where do I point the camera now to try and get out of that shadow? Oh, great. You know, it's like, it's a lot more straightforward, really, Manchester in that sense, really, I think. But London's much more convoluted, much more complex. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by these side streets because they all look really interesting in their own unique way, and I keep wanting to go down them, but I'm also conscious of the fact that even though I'm taking my time getting home, I still need to get home, and hopefully enough time to be able to put this vlog together. There's some really cool buildings around here, and all I'm noticing, some really, really cool buildings. I don't know what the heck that one is. Maybe it's a school. I don't know, actually. But there's some really cool buildings knocking about. But anyway, yeah, so you know, so my map of London, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, essentially. And every time I go exploring and find a new little bit or whatever that connects to a bit that I already know, it's like another piece of the jigsaw goes together, sort of thing. You know, so that's another reason why I quite like doing this. I have no idea what the wind sounds like, by the way, on there. Like I said to you, there are times when I'll be walking along, it could be either a gentle breeze or it could be a fairly stronger breeze, and sometimes you don't hear next to nothing on it. And then other times you can get the same thing and it sounds like a flipping howling gale, you know. So do you know what, this stick, this selfie stick, gets a bit uncomfortable to hold after a little while. So yeah, but yeah, it's funny as well because, like, also the way I navigate, I don't know if this is the same for most blokes. I mean, I've heard it said that that's how generally blokes tend to navigate, is you'll use landmarks of some description, whether it's a tall building, a church steeple, or whatever sort of thing. You know, we tend to use landmarks as a way of navigating ourselves around. Now, I don't know if it's the same for women or not, I guess maybe, but I've heard it said that there are differences in terms of how... Oh, look at it. Oh, that's so annoying. It really is. It's just so flipping annoying. I didn't notice this so much during the summertime. I didn't notice that I had to every couple of minutes keep moving the camera around just to try and keep me in the light, sort of thing. Sorry, it's rather annoying. Yeah, so it's rather warm, by the way, as well. Sorry, maybe I should have mentioned that earlier on, but it is actually quite warm. It's cooler in the shade, but actually in the sunshine it's actually quite hot-ish. It's quite nice, actually. It's quite nice. It's quite pleasant. anyway, I'm doing it again as usual. So, yeah, see, I've completely, what the heck was I saying? I've got to stop doing that. I completely take myself off in different directions and then try to get back to where I was talking about and completely forget. Something about the selfie stick and holding it, that was one thing. And then navigating around. Oh, I think I know where I'm coming. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, here's a funny coincidence for you. I'm actually coming up the side of where Joanne's sister lives. I didn't expect that, honestly. Literally, this is the first time in my entire life I've ever walked down this street. I can see the Tesco's on the corner, so I had absolutely no idea. I think it's this one next to me, in fact. Well, it's a bit further on, actually. It's not actually these, it's a bit further on. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, actually I've done it again. I've done it again. What the heck was I just waffling on about? Something about navigating and oh, look at that, look, I hate it. It's so flipping annoying. It's like, oh god, it's so flipping annoying. Trying to keep myself in the light, obviously so you can see me rather than this flipping dark silhouette, you know what I mean? It's like really annoying. But obviously it's because the sun's low in the sky, you see, and the angle of the light is different, so trying to keep the light as best I can, folks. But as you can see, it's like light and dark, light and dark, light and dark. It's just so flipping annoying. Right, so basically we've now come out at do you know what is this road called? Kennington Road. Flipping heck, how could I forget what it's called? Right, so that's Kennington Road, and of course normally, or say normally, more often than not I'll be on a bus going down this road. I've walked down this road countless times as well. And of course just down that way is the what do you call it? Sorry, I'm just trying to get across this road, guys. Why have I brought myself it right? I'm going for it, I'm going for it. Flip it heck. You know, crossing the roads in London is like you take your life into your own hands. Flip it heck. Hang on, which way? Is that better? Flip it heck. I swear I don't remember this time of the year last time, you know, having this much difficulty in terms of the light. I swear to God I don't remember it being this flipping, what's the name? What the heck, man? Oh boy. That's another thing. My boss has taken to, well, she doesn't shout it, but she's like, you know what, I've told them all about, like, Mosaji and, yo, Tom, my boy! She's now taken to, when she sees me, she goes, yo, Paul, my boy! It's quite funny, actually. Right. Well, I didn't really intend to end up down this part, to be quite honest, because, I mean, obviously I've walked down this way a million times, and this is just as, and in fact this is definitely the longer way. So I think for the time being, and this vlog this is definitely one of the longer vlogs now. I think what I'm going to do is, for the time being, is I'm going to leave it here. Look at the angle. Look at the angle of the light. And it's round about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, give or take. Maybe 3 past, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. But look at the angle of the light. You know what I mean? Because the sun is so low in the sky, and I presume that's basically why we're having so much difficulty in terms of the light, I guess. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.